As we have already told our readers, in his last video clip, the famous parapsychologist and the favorite psychic of Poles, Mr. Krzysztof Jackowski, promised that soon there will be some kind of attack of rockets or planes on some administrative building. This event will incredibly aggravate the already difficult situation in the world, bringing the planet to the brink of a huge war. It's going to be at night, a raid on a building that will either be hit by missiles or planes. It's going to be an administration building of some kind. It's going to happen outside of Europe. The raid will take place in the morning, but it will still be dark, and then there will be hours of silence. No retaliation, just silence. Then, after those few hours of silence, there will be retaliation. But the retaliation will be inadequate to what will happen in relation to what will happen in the morning. The retaliation will be inadequate. The conflict will be between the two countries. In other words, it will not begin with some group of countries taking some action against another group of countries. No, in the beginning it will be exclusively between two countries. I repeat, in the morning someone will attack an important administrative building. Then there will be less than 24 hours of silence. Then there will be retaliation, but the retaliation will be totally inadequate in scale to what caused it. I will say more, it will not be the first, but some third and final provocation, and those who will receive retaliation will have nothing to do with this administration building. There will be some talk of pollution, which won't actually happen. They'll announce that some place is now very heavily contaminated, but it won't be true. Then everything will calm down for 2 or 3 weeks. Maybe there will be some small local skirmishes and just a big storm in the diplomatic sense. Then it will seem to everyone that after these 2 weeks the situation has somehow normalized and calmed down. But this will be a semblance. Europe will somehow be involved. In particular, some NATO countries will condemn the scale of the retaliation. They will be against it and even outraged. Then all of a sudden there will be the question of contamination of some territory. Territory not very large, but that would also seem to be a provocation. You're asking when and what to stockpile. I have a feeling that now is the moment, the deadline when the planes will hit the building, at night, closer to the morning hours. This will have to be taken very seriously, even if over the course of the next 2-3 weeks you think things will calm down. The thing is, then it will start all of a sudden and unexpectedly for everyone. There will be a time where in 2-3 weeks, and at that point you will need to prepare. During that time, there will be some kind of negotiations going on all the time. They will be interrupted. Then they will resume. Then the dialogue will stop for a second time and things will start to get out of hand. And then new forces will intervene. But be careful, they are already ready for this. They are tense, and this is what I call the third provocation. Some countries have been preparing for months for what's coming. But it's all happening out of the public eye and out of public opinion. You ask what will happen in Poland. There will come a moment when Poland will become a kind of closed country. I don't know if all this will have anything to do with the events described above, but it may happen that our country will be excluded from membership in the EU. Europe will go very far towards Poland, and there will come a period when Poland will become a closed country. It may come to the point where the EU wants to punish Poland by freezing us, by imposing on Poland something that no other country in the EU has ever received. It will be to restrain the zealous horses in Europe and to show other naughty stallions what they can do. Poland will be an example. There may even be a complete dismantling of the economy, and I can see the government giving people some kind of vouchers. And I don't understand why vouchers and not money. The question is, should you keep your savings in zloty or another currency? A good question, I repeat. The British pound seems to me to be the most reliable currency now. Also, there will be some events in Turkey. In the video, Mr. Jackowski closed his eyes and started telling that there will be some kind of treachery against the Ottoman Empire in Turkey. Literally in the Ottoman Empire. Perhaps it was about a coup or a problem with one of Turkey's allies. Krzysztof interrupted the story as abruptly as he had begun, switching to other visions about Poland, banks, and so on. He does not give exact dates as always, but based on what the famous Polish clairvoyant said earlier, all of the above will not be long in coming. So let's follow the developments.